Hello YouTube, what's going on? My dog is riled up. Today I want to talk about how to put on good weight, because I think there's a lot of people who their goal is to get stronger, build muscle, and get to a healthy body weight. One of the things that I talk about often is like, if Maslow's hierarchy of health, if that's how I would phrase it, probably the number one most important thing beyond anything is being a healthy body weight. Because when you're overweight, your risk of high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, all-cause mortality, cancer, all are much higher. And then someone who is underweight, you experience many of the same potential health problems, in the sense that your body just isn't functioning at full capacity or as healthy as it could be. You're a much higher risk of osteoporosis, much higher risk of having a poor immune system, much higher risk of bone fracture, also higher all-cause mortality rates, higher of nutrient deficiency, and also probably, without me even paying attention to any of the literature on this, probably a higher probability of developing cancer and other health problems at being underweight. So really being a healthy body weight, your body functions as best as it can. So if you're underweight and you want to gain weight, to me there's a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it. When I got into working out, I was like kind of skinny fat. I was probably like 5'9", 165 pounds, and I didn't have any strength. My max bench press was 100 pounds, so I was benching a little bit over half my body weight. And today it's almost double. So I didn't have muscle, didn't have strength. So the first thing I did was I got to the body fat percentage I wanted. I went from like 165 down to 139. So it was like 5'10", 139, which was pretty skinny. But I was running, I was lifting weights. I had no idea what I was doing with lifting weights. None at all. But I knew I was just, training my muscles, I just was doing very basic, simple stuff that, looking back is funny, but I was motivated. But once I really started to hone in on understanding nutrition, exercise, diet, and wanting to build strength, so I was probably like 9% body fat at 139 pounds. And today at 190 pounds, I'm probably also about 9% body fat. So I've put on like 50 pounds of muscle, and I've maintained, being lean, having abs the entire time. How did I do that? The guiding barometer for me was, am I getting stronger? And if I'm getting stronger and my weight is going up just a little bit as I'm getting stronger, I am on track. If my weight was going up and I was not getting stronger, that would be, to me, a good indication that I was not doing the right thing. And then my diet was, I just had to eat a little bit more. Dirty bulking and trying to gain weight in a very fast pace is not the move. We know now, let's say you eat 2,000 calories a day and you're underweight. You could bump it up to 2,200 or 2,300. That's not that much. 300 calories is, I guess for some people it's a lot, but it's a little bit more, it's a little bit less than a McDouble at McDonald's, a plain McDouble with cheese. So that's all you have to be adding. You could eat exactly how you're eating right now, add in one McDouble, and that'll pretty much get you to adding all that. So every 500 calories is per week, per day. You'll gain 1 pound per week. In 2 months' time, you'll gain 5-6 pounds. Like, to me, that's an excellent goal. Not to say you should eat a McDouble, but to emphasize like what 300 calories kind of looks like, that should be your goal. So for me, it was paying attention to the scale, paying attention to my strength, and if my strength was going up and my weight were going up, and they were going up at a slow, consistent pace, I was on track. I did that all the way up to my current body weight of 190 pounds. It was just done at a slow, methodical rate. Building muscle is a slow process that requires, a high level of consistency, dedication, and kind of trusting the process, because you're not just going to always be able to add like 5 or 10 pounds on your bench per week, just going to take some time. While losing weight, you can lose 5 or 10 pounds of weight in a month, and you are totally on track and doing well. Building muscle, unless you are using an insane amount of steroids, you are not building 5 pounds of muscle in a month. That's never going to happen. So if you're a beginner and you are completely dedicated, eating enough protein, a caloric surplus, doing everything right, I mean, an absolutely fantastical, like amazing best case scenario is like 20 pounds. More realistically, 10 pounds would be incredibly fantastic to add year one. Adding 20 pounds over your first 2 to 3 years would be fantastic. So, but if you're underweight, and by underweight I mean like if you go and look at like body mass index score and you are not in the normal range, you are underweight, I mean, to me, it goes beyond just even putting on muscle. You want to get to a healthy body weight. So for someone who is in the underweight category, to me, I think you could be eating at least 300 more calories a day. You could be doing 500. And you could be doing that all the way up until you reach the healthy body weight portion. The amount of what you will put on is not going to be like all this fat. You're not going to gain all this fat on you. It's going to get you to a healthier state. But you can do that in a way that is, mostly lean muscle by, again, like I said, not this crazy, like dirty bulking, eating whatever type diet. Just eating how you're eating now, if you're maintaining your current weight, and then adding in something. Now, I mean, again, you could add in some ice cream. You could add in a bunch of different things. For someone who's in the underweight, I think it's really important for you to get to the point of like, understanding like being a healthy body weight will trump it, and not being afraid of food. I know, people who are underweight, they tend to, and then they are health conscious. To me, they just have like limiting beliefs on, their appearance and, being a healthy body weight, what that really means. They might think they are a healthy body weight. They might not have, the best self-image, and they're deathly afraid of putting on fat. And for some people, this is a hard leap to make. But I would tell you that being a healthy body weight should be the goal. I would say if you put a priority on your health being the most important thing from an aesthetic and health perspective, that will also be what is ideal. So yeah, that's the best advice I got. Is it's a slow methodical approach that you make sure that you're getting stronger. You make sure the number on the scale is also going up. These things go very hand in hand, and it's a slow methodical process. And if you're on the underweight, the biggest thing for you is just eating more. That is the most important thing. I have a friend, he was 5'9", 128 pounds, and he would say to me, like, man, I can't gain weight. I eat all this food and I just can't gain weight. And he's like, I'm trying to put on muscle and strength. And I told him, I'm like, there's one answer and one answer only. That's it. If you have to eat more. You have to get rid of all the other fucking bullshit you've been told. Like, oh, I don't have a good metabolism, or I just burn so many calories. Fuck all of that. Fuck all of that. Eat more, period. And now he's like 180 pounds and very muscular. But he's like, dude, he's like, I went years thinking I ate a lot. And it wasn't until you burned that in my head that I finally started getting to where I wanted to go. So if that's you, that's my advice. If you're looking for, personalized training, someone to help you and guide you through all this, I am available. If you want an awesome protein powder, you could get Orgain protein powder, which I'll leave a link in. This is actually one of my other best pieces of advice. Liquid calories are so easy to consume. So easy. Make a shake. Make a protein shake. Throw in, if you're underweight, throw in peanut butter, throw in a banana, throw in some other fruit, make it taste awesome, and drink that. You could consume 700 calories like that, and it will be good for you. You will get something that's highly nutritious, high in protein, high in good calories. That's the move. Now, if you're reading this and you want to do the inverse, I would cut out the peanut butter and maybe use half a banana instead of a full banana. That's an easy way to, you know, cut out 300. But if you want to add 300, like I was mentioning before, that's the way I would do it. Bye for now.